All right, let's see if this will start going. Ah, here we go. I think we're getting something now. There we go. Now we're talking. Now it's coming in. Apologies about the technical difficulties at the beginning. I will delete the other part of that stream when that one goes in the video on demand. I do apologize for the technical issues. I just try to get the stream reconnected and finally reestablish itself. The problem is probably my network card. I need to replace that network card. It's pretty bad. I've had it for like 2 years now. It has problems, has issues. So it looks like the new alerts went out. So everybody should be able to see the stream now. Hopefully, provided there's no problems. I'm just going to refresh it over here. It's an impromptu stream. Normally, I put out content on Thursdays. I wanted to put a stream out today because I was going to put it out next Monday. There might be another stream coming this Monday because that's going to be Emerald City Comic Con info that has dropped. Emerald City Comic Con is in March. I believe Toy Fair is the end of February. So we're getting Emerald City Comic Con releases before the Toy Fair releases at the end of this month. Kind of odd about that. You might have noticed by the bumper, by the trailer, thumbnail, there's a big life change I want to talk about on the channel. We'll talk about that in a few minutes here. Thanks for everyone coming into the chat tonight. Hopefully, you guys will join me. If not, you can always catch us on video on demand. Again, this is going to like an impromptu chat, impromptu stream. I don't do these all the time. I do them very randomly, and that's the idea. I don't try to coordinate them anymore. I want you guys to be surprised when I do a stream, which is both a good piece and a detriment. But let's talk about pickups. I usually talk about that first, and to make a correction with the John Stewart 7-inch McFarlane figure. We'll talk about him first. Let's talk about this guy first. I reviewed him on Tuesday. This guy right here. This is the McFarlane 7-inch John Stewart figure. You notice him holding the gun in a different position what I reviewed him on. I believe this is really the proper position for the gun, mainly because there's a handle right here he can hold. I saw a piece of artwork with him in this pose, even with the little headset on here, with this identical gun, him holding this bit with his hand. You have to kind of force his hand in place. Now, one of my viewers and subscribers kind of walked me through and talked to me about the points of articulation, which I kind of goofed up on. Because I got the top points right, which is, I believe, was 12 points of articulation, but I was only counting articulation on one side of the figure, on this side, not the other side. So in reality, we had 12 points of articulation. You had 13 for the waist crunch, 14 when you spin them around. You had 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then you have 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 points of articulation. If you really count the points up, it's really 26 points of articulation. I goofed up when I did the review for this guy because I was only counting one side of the figure, not the other side. Correction in the stream about this guy. He does look good, but I don't like the lanky legs. I talked about this before. He has these sort of chicken legs. The legs kind of bow back. I've mentioned that before. I don't think that was a good idea. I don't know why they made the figure like this. They made it very stylized to the Batman, or excuse me, the Justice League animated series TV show. That's why the figure looks like this. But again, it's in a 7-inch scale. We're not used to that scale. But I do like the way he looks. He's on my shelf. To the pickups. I picked them up. I didn't shoot any video for them. Hopefully you can hear me okay in the chat. Let me know if anyone's in the stream tonight. Again, this is a kind of impromptu stream going on. Normally I kind of let people know ahead of time. I threw messages on Twitter and on my Facebook group. If you're there, please let me know. So, some pickups. So I picked up 2 figures at Tate's Comics. These are part of what they call the this is part of the DC Essential series. They're both Green Lantern figures. We're talking about the new Hal Jordan DC Collectibles, from DC Collectibles, of course. DC Essential Green Lantern figure. He will be reviewed down the road. Absolutely. Kind of standard packaging. I don't know how many points of articulation are on this guy. If we're looking, it looks like 1, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm counting maybe 21 or 22 points on this guy here. No accessories. He does not come with a power battery. If you're curious, there is no power battery with this guy. And his counterpart, of course, his foil, if you will, Mr. Sinestro. The Yellow Lantern Sinestro is what they call him here. He should have a power ring on his left hand. He does. It is sculpted on. In his Yellow Lantern suit, of course. Nothing on this side, if you're curious. There's no markings of any information. The packaging looks kind of neat. You see the core symbols here, and of course, right here as well. Price point, I got these at Tate's. These were normally $28. I did have a Valentine's Day coupon that he was offering that gave me 15% off of anything in the store. So I got these minus 15%. So pretty cool stuff at Tate's. Very happy about that. And last thing I want to kind of show off real quick. I'm going to review this guy. I haven't gotten to him yet. And that, of course, is going to be something I got from a trade box. And it was the big item in the trade box. And that, of course, is the NECA 2-pack Green Lantern and Predator. I got this from a viewer and subscriber to my channel. It was OMG, it's Tom Hanks. He has not yet done my review box that I sent him. I talked about that in the last stream. He hasn't cracked it open yet. He had some stuff going on in his life, so he had no time to break into this box. But it does look good. Cool looking packaging. Nothing here. Nothing here. You just have stuff about the production company and DC here. But as far as what's inside of it, we have two very cool figures. You have the Hal Jordan, Green Lantern right there. Sorry for the glare. Looks really good. Comes with an alternate head, John Stewart, so you can build either Hal or John. And the Predator in the Yellow Lantern costume, either masked or unmasked. It does look good. This is a 7-inch Hal Jordan and I believe an 8-inch Predator. This reused. This Predator body here, if you were curious, was a different Predator. They reused this buck and just it's a paint variant basically, to build this Yellow Lantern Predator. Sorry again, apologies for the glare. There we go, much better. I'm trying to get a better shot without the damn glare coming in. It's hitting it from the lights in the camera. Again, apologies about that. So probably get the best I can possibly get my lights hitting it. There we go. Much better. There we go. Comes with a ton of accessories. Power battery without a removable handle. The handle has no articulation. I do have an idea how I'm going to pose these guys because I got a brand new case. I got there was a Michaels that was going out of business by me, and it had everything was 70% off. This case normally cost $80 to $80. It's a pretty cool case. It's really designed to hold a football, but I'm going to repurpose it to hold probably these two figures. I saw there's another YouTuber that did a full review and unboxing of this, and he did something very, very cool, and he made his lantern, of course, John. And not of course, but he made him as John Stewart. But he had this really cool NECA figure stand where he had a clip attached to his leg, and with the kind of starburst effect, which is the one that you would think John would use, which of course is this one right here, this accessory right here, attached to the ring. But he was in this cool like flying pose with the clamp attached to his leg, and he was above in the air, which is a very, very cool effect. So I'm going to borrow that and probably pick up one or two of those NECA stands. Probably at least one stand for the Hal. I'm going to put him as Hal, not as John. He'll be in this case, and it'll be like the Predators fighting back to back. That's the idea. I could have them fighting head on, which I could do as well, and have it like, even using that blast effect. Let me show them again one more time. There's a blast effect you can have for the a construct, which is this one right here. Let me go. Oh, there you go. You'll see it right here. This long beam right here. This pegs into one of the hands. There's a hole in the hand. So it's a blast effect. So you can use it like he shot a beam of energy out at somebody. Looks really, really cool. I don't know if the chat is even working right now. It looks like someone just tried to post something. I saw it a second ago. Let me just make sure the chat's even working here. Test, test, test. I saw it show up. That's kind of weird why the chat's not even working. I'm not sure why it's happening. Let me see if I can get a pop-up for the chat again. Let's see here. Awesome, Iron Wrestling. Thank you for coming in. Let me kill my little chat here and get a new one, because I think mine's outdated. Let me pop out a new chat again. Perfect. Boom. Thank you. Hey, Iron, thanks for coming into the stream tonight. Had a little bit of technical difficulties at the beginning here. My network card's a little bit wonky, so I had to modify it. Um, but yeah, awesome. There we go. Thanks for coming into the chat. It's going to be a kind of a quick chat tonight. I normally do these kind of off the cuff. I used to have them scheduled every Monday, and kind of for about 6 months I did about 60 streams, and I decided to just do them randomly now. So they'll just make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you have the bell icon notified of emails, and you'll get an email blast about any streams that come up. This one was a bit goofy because my network card crashed. I had to stop the stream, restart the stream, and it finally picked up. You came into this chat a little late, so I have this guy here, which is a DC Essentials Green Lantern Hal Jordan. Picked him up about $28, 15% off. He will be reviewed. And the Yellow Lantern Sinestro, the counterpart, the foil to Hal Jordan. These guys are pretty cool. DC collectibles are not really known for their articulation, but they've gotten better over the years. There is no accessories if you're curious about these guys. Like I said, will do a review, but I probably won't review both of them in the same video. It'll be one for each one. To do them both simultaneously is very, very difficult, and that video will probably be like 30 minutes long. I don't want to do that. One thing I've talked about, you might have noticed when you came into the stream at the thumbnail, talked about a big life change that happened in my life. So, talk kind of briefly about what happened. About a week ago, which would have been the 6th of February, this happened. There was no video on the 6th, which is unfortunate, the things that occurred to me. For about a month, I had a family member in my life that was getting very, very sick and very, very ill. That particular family member was was diabetic, and I knew about the diabetes for about 8-9 years. And you might be thinking this is a relative or like a normal, like a close family member, but it's a little bit different than that. It's my cat. My cat Sapphire was 14 years old. In November, she would have been 15. And I said would have because on Thursday I had to put her down. It might sound morbid for the young viewers. I do apologize. This is where it gets a little bit sad. I had to make the best decision for me and for her. She was getting very, very weak. She wasn't eating for weeks. And I had to make a very tough decision, a decision I didn't want to make, and it still hurts me, and I still feel haunted to this day about it. And I had to put her down last week. That's why there was no video on Thursday. If you're asking why wasn't there a video, that was the reason why. And it was the right decision to make, to basically let her go on her terms when she was still at least partially mobile. She wasn't eating. The issue was some of her organs were failing. And so I decided what the best thing to do was to put her down. It was a very, very difficult decision to make. I don't make this decision lightly. I didn't want to do that. Again, it was something I didn't care to do, but it was the right call to make. If you guys don't want to stay for the chat, I understand. This is, like I said, this is the part that gets a little bit morbid, unfortunately. It, again, was a very, very tough call to make, very tough decision. And it was the right decision to make because of this problem. Again, didn't want to make it, had to make it. It still hurts me to had to put her down. She was diabetic. There were organs that were failing, and to have her suffer even more was bad. Hold on one second, because what I wanted to do was, there was a kind of a hole in my heart, and usually people will not get additional family members, additional pets for some time. Me and my girl decided, hey, you know what? We both want a new cat. We both want a kitten. And we decided to get a cat, and we went to a particular PetSmart. I'm not trying to... This stream is not sponsored by PetSmart. There's no sponsorship here at all. But I went to the first location, which was a PetSmart. And we were looking for cats, and we stumbled across this very, very cool cat. We wanted a cat that was gray. We wanted a cat that had white, maybe white paws. That's what we were hoping for. And we decided to see what we had in the very first location, which was PetSmart. So just a little backstory. And we stumbled across a pet, and we found this cat. We're like, let's not just jump the gun. The adoption fee wasn't too bad, but let's hold off. Let's not do it right now. Let's wait to see what happens. And we waited. We waited, and we went to a couple other places and came back and said, you know what, this is the cat. So let me see if I can grab her right now. One second here. One second. I'm sending a note, a message to my girl to bring her in for me. Um, she is the honorary mascot of my channel, and you'll, what rather, he is. Very, very cute, very, very cuddly. I'm gonna bring him in a second here. Hopefully, she brings them in for me. Keep you guys guessing all about this guy. Very cute, very, very cuddly. Uh, Second here. Here, hopefully coming. Here we go. He comes in right now. Let me bring him in. Come on. Meet the honorary member of Rook Geek Goodness, Mr. Kyle Rayner. That's right. I named him after my favorite Green Lantern. This is Kyle Rayner. We are looking for a name Kyle as a name, and we stumbled across him. Uh, a very, very cute, only 5 months old, cute, cuddly cat, male. He has the gray, he has the white. This is exactly what we are looking for. Inquisitive as all hell, smart as a whip, loving, very, very loving. This is probably the most I've actually held him. There we go, because he's always crying and moaning. I'm going to put him down right now. Very, very cute, very, very cuddly cat. I wanted to get a new cat. Me and her both wanted to. Thank you. She's fighting with him. We both wanted to get a cat very, very badly, and it was the right call then to make to get a new member of our home. He is the honorary mascot of my channel. We went with Kyle because I was mentioning names to her. I was like, "How about John or Hal?" I said Kyle, and it stuck. I said, "Well, why don't we call him Kyle Rayner?" Which was my Green Lantern. When I broke into comics in 1994, Kyle was my lantern. This was during the Emerald Twilight series where Kyle went crazy and became Parallax. If just for some backstory of what this is all about. I decided then to name him Kyle in honor to the Kyle Rayner character, and that's his real name, Kyle Rayner. It's first name, middle name with my last name. That's on his paperwork. That his name is Kyle Rayner. I'm thinking about possibly making a channel for him. I don't know. Let me know on the video on demand when this goes up if you guys think I should do that. I don't know. I think I should. I think it'll be very, very fun to do. Let me just make sure everything's fine here in the stream. I think it is. I'm hoping it is. Yep, perfect. Make sure the test worked. I'm thinking of making a channel for him. I don't know yet if I'm going to do that. It'll take a little bit of work to build the foundation to build a channel for him. But it'd be probably like it would be mentioning in the channel in the bio if I do this. That would be the kitten named Kyle Rayner, something along those lines. I might do it. I haven't decided yet. I'm not 100% sure if I want to go down that road. It would be fun doing it. And it would be just content dedicated just for him. Because he does very, very silly stuff and very, very cool stuff. And usually kitten videos people love watching. I think it'd be very, very fun to do. I want to eventually get him a nice green collar. I'd love to get him a little power ring charm to put on the collar. Either a power ring or a power battery. I think that'll be very, very cool to get for him. But I haven't decided to do that yet. I know I want to. It does still feel bad losing my cat. That's why this big life change thing that popped up on the thumbnail that you guys saw. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties during the beginning of the stream. I'm going to be getting a new network card. I'm definitely going to be doing that. Probably over the weekend, probably picking up a new network card because I definitely need one. The stream broke apart. Hopefully, at least you guys will enjoy it on the video on demand. I don't think I think one person came in. It was Iron Wrestling. Thank you, King 83. They keep coming into the stream tonight. You guys probably tried to get into here and the stream was down. So I hope you guys enjoyed at least my new member of my house. Very, very fun cat. This kitten is just a ball of energy. Eats like a friggin' going out of style. Anytime you put food down, within 2 minutes he gobbles it all up. He has a ravenous appetite. Can't even say the word correctly. He eats everything. As far as his kitten food goes, he has such a big appetite. He just gobbles everything. He's still in the phase now of biting. He still likes to nibble, and he has those sharp baby teeth. So yeah, definitely love this cat. Again, it feels bad losing my cat of 14 plus years, but I knew that she was on the way out. I knew that she was not feeling well. I knew that she was on borrowed time. I hate to use that word, but it was absolutely true. She was on borrowed time. But I hope you guys do like this video on demand. I'm probably going to end it around here. It's only 20-25 minutes. It was just a quick stream. Let you guys know kind of what was going on. Some uh, stuff that we talked about as far as pickups. Stuff that I'm going to be doing in the near future. I didn't talk about that. I'll talk about that shortly here. Videos that will be coming out. I have to do the next round of Funko Pop Battle Royal, which will probably, hopefully, be on Sunday. If not Sunday, it will be on Tuesday, next Tuesday. One of the 2 days. Depends if I get content pushed out this Sunday. Rook 180 will be definitely starting soon, as well as my first giveaway. I picked up 2 items during a toy hunt at the Go Toys location because everything in that location was 50% off. They had like a holiday sale going on. Everything except the exclusives in their store were half price. The first item will be a Funko item that is a Go Toys exclusive, and you can only get that at their locations or through a secondary market, eBay, Amazon. It's very hard to track down this pop because it is their branded exclusive, and you can only get it if you're looking at the retail stores only through Go Toys and only through one of their pop-up stores. That was the only way you could have gotten this figure, short of buying it online. That would have been it. So this one's going to be done through the Gleam.io website. I'll be doing the giveaway just like I normally do before. I'll shoot a little video before it telling you how you can get involved in the giveaway, similar to all my other giveaways. The second giveaway will be after that one. That's going to be an action figure as well. So 2 giveaways that I did basically out of my own pocket. This will be not part of my 4-year anniversary on YouTube. That'll be something completely different. What I'm doing yet, I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. Hey, Toronto, thanks for coming into the stream tonight. Just talking about the big life change I had. I came in a little late. Stuff like I lost my cat, unfortunately. I've got kind of a recap to you. She passed away last Thursday. If you go back and watch the video on demand, you'll see my. I don't want to use the word replacement because that's a bad word. But I picked up a new cat a few days later because I really wanted to kind of mend my heart a little bit for that. It's a baby kitten named Kyle Rayner, ergo to my Green Lantern. You'll see when this goes on, the video on demand goes online, probably in about 30-45 minutes. I had some network card problems before, so there was technically 2 videos. I'm going to delete the old one so people don't get confused. It was only 40 seconds long, so I'm going to kill that one. The normal one is my one that you're part of now. So yeah, it was kind of rough. Still hurts. I'm getting her remains back in a nice box with a plate on it in a few weeks. I'm not going to show that on the channel. That's a little too morbid. But she did pass. 14 years old with diabetes. And it was time to basically put her down, unfortunately. It's very, very sad. That's probably why there's no one really in the stream tonight. Because of things like this. It's kind of, it's kind of morbid, but it's not what people like really talking about. But it was something unfortunate that did happen. So yeah, not great. Had to do it. But yeah, life goes on. So giveaways will be happening. Yeah, normal cats that are healthy live between 12 and 14 years. Healthy cats. My cat was on the far end of that. They can normally live, that's like the average life expectancy. Cats can live up to 18, 19, 20 years old. This one she was medically medically disposed of because of the diabetes. We found out that she had it about 8, 9 years ago. And she was getting medication every day. She would get injections twice a day. I was very, very on top of that. I made sure she got her medication daily. It kind of feels a little surreal now, not doing it in the mornings as I used to, morning and at night, how I used to always do it. I did that for 8 years. So it feels a little bit odd now, not having that routine happen to me. So yeah, the big life change. Didn't see it coming. I felt it coming. I knew it was going to happen. Like I said, she was on borrowed time. But yeah, the stuff happening for the channel and the next set of videos, we're doing Pop Battle Royal. round two, which is going to be Legion of Collectors Core Superman versus Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero, Mortal Kombat 11 Sub-Zero. Uh, so that one will be a good video, I hope. We're going to be doing Rook 180s again. Those are going to be coming back. Yeah, it's the right thing to do. And my thought process was, and even with the vet's thought process was, is to, if she has to go on her terms, meaning go when she's a bit still healthy and not completely predisposed. That's what I was looking for, predisposed. And the illness has basically bedridden the cat. I didn't want that to happen. She was still able to walk around a little bit, but it's something I had to do, and it was the right call. It hurt, but it was the right call. But yeah, definitely, it was a tough thing to do. Heartbreaking as it is. Of course, today is February 13th. I want to wish everyone a pre Valentine's Day, which will be tomorrow. Another reason why I wanted to put this video out today, because tomorrow is going to be Valentine's Day, of course. I wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. Monday might be another stream, hopefully with a new network card in place that will fix part of this issue with the pack. I'm probably losing packets, and I keep losing my connection because it plugs just into it. It's not even like a real network card. It's plugged into a USB. It's wireless that way, which most cards use nowadays. I'm hoping that new card will be much more stable, much more reliable, and will keep the connection going a lot more efficiently. Is what I'm looking for. Hopefully Monday will be another stream. I'm thinking about doing a stream because of Emerald City Comic Con. As I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, they draw. I think all the items have been spoiled, I believe, from what I'm seeing right now, which is kind of odd because that takes place, I think, in the first or second week of March. But the last week of Toy Fair is in February of this month. So almost everything's been spoiled for Emerald City Comic Con, but nothing's been spoiled for Toy Fair of New York. People were asking, is it the same stuff that was in Toronto Toy Fair? No. Funko said there's going to be more stuff. They didn't really rule out if it was duplicate stuff or everything was supposed to be brand new. They said it's going to be way more stuff in Toy Fair in New York than there was in London Toy Fair. So there's going to be a lot more Funko stuff, which we'll be talking about absolutely during that time. But that's going to be a very good set of streams to do because I know that from what I've heard, there's supposed to be a Green Lantern Emerald City Comic Con exclusive. I have not yet seen the release for it. Funko spoiled a picture of the Grant Morrison new Green Lantern cover of that comic, and they used that as a placeholder, as a thumbnail for. They haven't shown the image or anything of what that's going to be. There is going to be an Emerald City Comic Con. I'll let you guys know now. Emerald City Comic Con Gambit, without the cards. He's holding the bow staff. That will be picked up. I don't know if that's if it's not a Funko Shop exclusive and it's not a Emerald City Comic Con exclusive. As long as it's another store shared exclusive, it will be bought. Absolutely, it will most likely be a toy hunting video on that day. Probably, I'll probably be taking time off of work to go to those events to get those items. Most likely. So that's going to be very enjoyable. I love doing my toy hunts for this time of year. Usually I take off time for San Diego Comic Con and New York Comic Cons. That's where I usually take like the day off and go hunting. That's what I normally would do. I like doing my subscription unboxings. The Marvel Collector's Core would be something, I don't know if I want to do it or not. I love doing my subscription unboxing videos. The problem is the boxes that I've been wanting to get, the ones I had that was reliable was Collector's Case. They disappeared. They went by. Legion of Collector's Core, which is my DC box, they stopped putting that out. Part of the reason also why I'm losing a lot of viewers and subscribers because they like my unboxing videos. The video I did to answer your question, Toronto, what I want to do Marvel Collector's Core. I'm not a big Marvel fan. I've said that before many times. I don't have a lot of Marvel Legends stuff. I like certain bits of Marvel. If they're making a box that had, let's say, Darkhawk in it, I would do that unboxing. If they had another Gambit box pop in that box, I would do that. I would pick and choose what I would pick up because again, I'm not a huge, massive Marvel fan. Every time I got engrossed, I can't talk tonight, engrossed in a Marvel product, they usually canceled it. And I wasn't a fan of that. I was a big fan of Darkhawk. They canceled that book. I was a fan of New Warriors. They canceled that book. I like Spider-Man. They'll never cancel Spider-Man because Spider-Man is one of the most popular characters. Much like Iron Man, much like Captain America, much like the big name characters from Marvel. If you're a second string or third string hero, your books don't matter. If you're not selling 100,000 copies, you're no use to Marvel. When Darkhawk was selling, like, I think at one time it was selling like maybe 15, 20,000 books. That title ran for 5 years. It ran for 50 issues until they canceled it. It had resurgence. It had stuff in like limited series. He's shown up in team books. Um, they've changed. They've retconned his entire history. He's a completely different character from when he started back in the '90s to what he is now. Whole his whole history and origin has been changed. I'd love to get back into doing another subscription box. I just don't know what box I want to do yet. I don't want to do Bandbox because you guys know what my feelings are about Bandbox. Not a fan of Bandbox. They screwed people over. Now they're trying to, for the third time, kind of reinvent themselves and bring themselves back because they're losing subs. They're bleeding out right now. I'm not the only person who's complained about their subscription boxes before. I just am a little bit more vocal than most people because I have a YouTube channel. I can point my, I won't even say, I won't say dirty laundry or grievances. I can make them done to a wide scale audience compared to one voice. My voice is a lot louder than most. To let you guys know, I did a video where it was the 2016 Bandbox versus the 2019 Bandbox. I did part one. Part two will be done. I'm just trying to sell the last bits of stuff out. Yeah, I don't know how they're still going. I know that I think even Loot Crate was in financial troubles right now, and I believe they had to get a person to bail them out as a backer. Even Loot Crate, probably the biggest subscription box in the game, has problems too. But my part two of that 2016 versus 2019 video will go up when I sell the last bits of items. I've sold half the items so far. Just spoiler now. I don't want to say what's sold, what hasn't sold yet, but I have items that are still up right now that are trying to be purchased. They are the as buy it now. So I did some as just bids, and then I just said, the hell with it, let me do it as buy it now. So they're still up there right now to be purchased. If you look online for Bandbox items, you could probably find them yourself if you're looking. They're reasonably cost items. I try to keep the price low as I possibly could. Excuse me, but as far as what would I want to do for next boxes, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, Toronto. I started the bids. Everything was done as 1 cent. And then after several weeks, I put them as buy it nows. About half the items were sold as bid items. And you'll be surprised what sold and what hasn't sold. So if you look on eBay, you'll find them up there. If you look probably for Bandbox items, you put down Rook, Geek goodness, you'll see the description. You'll see what's up there right now. I made a Twitter note about it. I've made it on a Facebook post about it. I'm not going to keep blasting and put it up there. If it sells, it sells. Hey, SPC Bird, thanks for coming into the stream tonight. We're just pretty much wrapping up. There was a big change in my life. If you want to watch the video on demand, I've already talked about it twice, so I don't want to sound like a broken record. Had some technical difficulties at the beginning of the stream, so I decided the stream got cut off about 40 seconds in, and I just cut the stream and restarted it. I think it's my network card. I got to replace it. I did slap in a solid state 1 terabyte drive, and I basically threw a hardware solution into a software problem because there was a Windows bug that happened where it would make your hard disk spin at 100% capacity. No problem, dude. It would spin at 100% capacity, even though your hard drive is doing no work. Is a well-known, well-established Windows bug. Yeah, if you watch about halfway into the stream, you'll see the life change. You'll see kind of what, I don't want to use the word replacement is for the problem. It will make sense when you watch it back. It'll make perfect sense. But yeah, normally these streams are, like I said, they're random. Email blasts go out about it. I do them every once in a while. Sometimes they'll be on, most of the time they'll be on Mondays. I decided instead of doing a video tonight, I'll just do a stream. Had some issues again, technical difficulties at the beginning, getting this thing started up. Hopefully, sometime this week, probably Sunday, I'm going to replace the network card with another one. It's just a little USB drive about this big. It's a tiny little network card. I think it might be failing because I had to reseat it like 3 times to make it work. So hopefully you guys are okay. That's about it. I ran this thing a little bit past what I should have. Have I watched Mandalorian? I've gotten up to the 3rd episode of Mandalorian after the child was kind of talked about a little bit, and Mando got him. That's the last one I've seen. I want to watch more of it. I think it's probably the most un-Star Wars show that's Star Wars. It doesn't feel like Star Wars. It feels good. It feels different, but it doesn't feel really like Star Wars. It feels different. Just like the Picard TV show feels different. It doesn't feel like Star Trek. I didn't even watch it today. I gotta watch it today. It feels different. It doesn't feel like your normal Star Trek show. It feels completely different. I enjoy it. Really different take on Star Trek. Yeah, it's more like a Western. Absolutely. As far as Mando goes, as far as Mandalorian goes, absolutely. It feels more like a Western. I would say that. Uh, it's in the backdrop of Star Wars, but it doesn't feel like Star Wars. There's no, big major, you know, villain or antagonist group with a super weapon trying to destroy something. This is a story about a person doing a set of tasks. I do enjoy it. I think it's a very, very good TV show. Only 10 episodes, and now Disney Plus lost a ton of subs after Mandalorian went away. If you are curious, the Child Pop for Funko, both in normal size and 10-inch, is coming out. The normal size Funko for the Child is the most sold is the most sold pop in Funko history, leading up to pre-sales. Oh, it was only I thought it was 10 episodes. It was 8 episodes. That's fine. I thought it was 10. But yeah, the Child has the highest sales record for any Funko item ever made, and it's just pre-sales. Um, I'm definitely gonna pick him up. He will be reviewed just because he's too damn cute. Need to get him. No spoilers. I have not seen the whole thing yet. I will watch it eventually. I just haven't got around to it yet. So again, I want to thank everybody who came into the stream tonight. I'm going to cut it tonight at 9:45. I want to thank Toronto, SPC Bird, and we had Iron Wrestling King 83 who came into the chat kind of after it started. I want to thank everybody who did come into chat. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties. I'm going to end the stream tonight, guys. Take care in 3, 2, 1. Take care, and bye-bye.